This Teachlet is on rounding, and we're going to round 762 and 73 hundredths several different ways. The first time we're going to round this, we're going to round it to the tens place. So we're going to look to find out what number's in the tens. It's the 6. So when we look at this on a vertical number line, we know that 762 and 73 hundredths is between 760 and 770. The midway point is going to be 765. I'm rounded to the tens, so I want to find what two tens it's between. 762 and 73 hundredths is down here, below 765. So it's really closer to 760. So when I round that to the tens, the digit in front of the 6 stays the same. The 6 is going to stay the same because it's closer to 760. And everything behind it is going to become a 0. So what that means is I really don't need my decimal places, but I could put them. So 762 and 73 hundredths rounded to the nearest 10 is 760. I can also round this number to the nearest 1. So let's look at this number again. This time I'm going to round it to the ones place. So the 2 is in the ones place. So when I do that vertical number line, I want to figure out what two ones this is between. So I'm going to say 762 and 763. So either my number is going to stay a 2 or it's going to round up to a 3. Halfway mark is 762 and 5/10. So 762 and 73 hundredths is up here. So I'm going to round up. This 2 is going to become a 3 because this 7 is above the halfway mark of 5. So when I round it, I'm going to get 763. So let's talk about what we noticed here. What we noticed is when the number is below 5, when I'm rounding and I look next door, if next door the number is below 5, my number actually stays the same. It doesn't round down. It actually just stays the same. Everything in front stays the same. The number gets to stay the same. And everything behind it becomes a 0. When I'm rounding and I find that my number is above 5 or more, I'm going to raise my number. My 2 is going to become a 3. Again, everything in front of it stays the same. The 7 and the 6 stay the same. The 2 became a 3, and everything behind it can become a 0, but because I have decimals there, I can also get rid of that. So when we talk about rounding, our rule is when we look next door, if the number is 5 or more, the number we're rounding to goes up by 1. If it is 4 or less, the number stays the same. So that is our rule. Everything in front of the number stays the same. Everything behind it becomes zeros, and I like to remember that because we're trying to make round numbers. We're rounding, and the number that's round is a 0. So everything behind it becomes a 0.